Caution, you are about to enter the Fearless Netpreneur No Spin Zone, where we bring it hard and furious on ways and means to help you maximize the internet for business and for personal profits. Welcome, Guru Wannabes, the struggling veterans, digital warriors, innovators, and trailblazers. My name is Ope Banwo, and I'm the Fearless Netpreneur, and you just tuned in into the most amazing digital show on the planet for aspiring and established entrepreneurs alike. In this show, we will take you deep into the world of digital business in ways that you have never encountered before. We're going to be talking about cutting-edge information and breaking news that will keep you ahead of the curve, to in-depth product reviews, no-nonsense training sessions, and unforgettable interviews with the gurus and the Guru Wannabes alike. If you have ever wondered what it takes to really make money online beyond the hype, then buckle up, because on this daily show, we will take you on a ride through the latest trends, tips, tactics that will transform your digital business dreams into reality. On this show, we don't just talk theory, we bring you the good, the bad, and the ugly of this thing they call internet business. And then we'll let you decide. We'll be bringing you face-to-face, white-haired rookies looking for gold on the internet. The veterans still running around chasing the gold without success. And of course, we will bring you the big dogs, the game changers, the big ballers, and some of those rumored 5% you keep hearing about who control the gold mines on the internet and who are smiling all the way to the bank while eating everybody's lunch in the process. And they're going to come here and share their strategies with us, because they'll be face-to-face with the Fearless Netpreneur. But enough of my rant. Let's talk about today. Today, we have a special treat for you. We'll be entertaining one of our students who is also a veteran in our own field in the ongoing Fish for Life Digital Business Empowerment class, sponsored by my Fish for Life Foundation with myself as the chief trainer. For those of you who haven't heard about this incredible initiative, let me give you a quick rundown. The Fish for Life program is all about empowering our youths and seniors with digital skills, digital empowerment skills training for digital self-employment, for those who are unemployed, underemployed, or those who just want a new career. It is part of my conviction that one of the fastest and most effective ways to tackle mass unemployment in our country, especially in the urban areas outside of agriculture, is to engage in mass digital skills empowerment for millions of unemployed and underemployed youths and adults. Instead of draining our resources trying to find the next once-in-a-generation tech unicorn like a Mark Zuckerberg or a Bill Gates, while we have a sea of millions of unemployed and underemployed youths and adults who are not technically inclined, who we can help to make money right now by showing them digital skills that do not require technical or coding expertise, at least at the level that we require of those tech unicorns. Skills that anyone can acquire literally in a matter of days and then deploy with little effort for their own little parts or coins or change in the global marketplace, even as we continue to build those tech giants. So whether you are running in or whether you are tuning in into this show from the comfort of your home office, or while you're catching this on the go, or maybe you're in the bus, prepare to be activated, prepare to be enlightened, and prepare to be downright inspired. This show isn't just a broadcast, it's just not just a podcast, it's a movement, a revolution of fearless netpreneurs ready to conquer the world. So stay tuned when I come back, because today's episode is packed with explosive insights you won't want to miss. And remember, the Fearless Netpreneur Zone, the only limit is the one you set for yourself. When I come back after the break, I'll be introducing you to our amazing guest today, somebody who has successfully traversed one industry and is about to take another one by the jugular in the next few weeks. Stay tuned, don't go away, and I'll be right back.
Introducing the Fish for Life initiative as a mass self-employment solution to mass unemployment for Nigerian youths. You are invited to attend a free 5-day digital skills empowerment bootcamp and get an opportunity one of the pioneer students of the 1-year all-expense paid digital business training for self-employment program. Why should you attend the 5-day empowerment bootcamp? The 5-day A Digital Skills Training Bootcamp is the qualifying workshop to kick off the 1-year Fish for Life Digital Skills Empowerment for Self-Employment Initiative, sponsored by Dr. Ope Banwo and Niger Lives Matter as part of his upcoming 60th birthday celebrations. The Fish for Life initiative isn't just any coaching and mentoring program. It's a free all-access free pass for you to get everything you need to become self-employed through digital entrepreneurship over next 360 days, including a free laptop to jumpstart your sustainable digital business startup journey, year-long free coaching from industry experts, a rewarding internship with a monthly stipend to help you earn as you learn, comprehensive weekly training sessions to help you create sustainable digital business, all essential to training materials including videos and handouts. Earn a digital business specialist diploma from American Internet University for completing the 1-year program. All of it at zero cost to you if you happen to be one of the 60 people selected from among the participants from the upcoming free 5-day training bootcamp, open to all. Reserve your seat now for the selection bootcamp training. Yes, by attending the 5-day bootcamp that will introduce you to 5 different businesses, you can start with no experience and little or no investment. You get an opportunity to be selected for the full 1-year scholarship to the Fish for Life digital business coaching for free with no strings attached. Don't wait to reserve your seat now for the free 5-day bootcamp where you will learn 5 different digital businesses. You can start with little or zero investment and also position yourself to be one of the inaugural set of the 1-year Fish for Life intensive digital works for self-employment program. Our goal with the Fish for Life initiative is to help as many youths as we can get off the unemployment or underemployment market into financial freedom as netpreneurs. The 5-day bootcamp itself will be 4 hours of transformative training each day, introducing participants to 5 simple-to-start digital businesses. Any can start with no experience and little or zero capital, including freelancepreneur, authorpreneur, softwarepreneur, affiliatepreneur, social mediapreneur. Only full attendees of this enriching bootcamp will be considered for our year-long all expenses and all resources included 1-year Fish for Life digital business coaching and mentorship program. This is your moment to learn and seize the opportunity to secure your position as one of the 60 pioneers in our groundbreaking Fish for Life program. Remember, in order to separate the dabblers from the really committed to becoming successful entrepreneurs over the next 1 year, participation in the 5-day bootcamp is your key to unlocking a year of unparalleled growth and learning that will transform you into a digital entrepreneur, all cost-free for you. Show us your dedication and readiness for the 1-year full-blown coaching by showing up for the 5 days bootcamp, and let's embark on this path to success together. Are you ready to make a change? Register now and take the first step towards becoming financially self-sufficient through digital entrepreneurship.
Wow, welcome back, people. Today we have the honor of welcoming an extraordinary guest on our podcast show today. Sola Salako Ajulo is a distinguished communications, marketing, and media professional with over 3 decades of experience working with corporate and public brands. Her exposure to Nigeria's sports service culture and with consumer protection structures ignited a passion for consumer rights and protection advocacy way back in 2002. Sola has since initiated numerous consumer advocacy actions, including the Lagos Consumer Forum and the impactful No Banking Day consumer boycott in 2016, some of which I was actually involved. I remember that, which protested excessive bank charges. She founded and led the Consumer Advocacy Foundation of Nigeria, now known all over as CAFON, and has held various influential roles, such as Commissioner of the Lagos State Law Reform Commission, pioneer board member of the Lagos Consumer Protection Agency, LASCOPA, and co-chair of the Coalition of the Nigerian Consumer Protections Associations and Groups. Currently, she serves as a federal commissioner and the honorable member representing the Southwest on the Competition and Consumer Protection Tribunal in Abuja. Sola is also a certified mediator, an arbitrator in the state of Texas, USA, and holds numerous certifications in branding, media, consumer protection law, and policy from prestigious institutions worldwide. Our dedication to consumer protection is matched by a commitment to advancing professional standards, as envisaged or as evidenced by our membership in the International Bar Association and our status as a patron and fellow of the West African Association of Consumer Service Professionals. Having conquered the consumer service industry, this my guest today has decided now she wants to take a game and match what she's doing offline to where now she's taking a game global on the digital level by entering that forest you keep hearing about called digital business. Now I'm happy to welcome my friend and our guru, Sola Salako Ajulo. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I don't know if to call you Coach Ope or Dr. Ope. You're now Coach Ope to me since I joined the Fish for Life program. So
yes, so I think I like the coach better. Yeah. So like I'll press you with that one. I like the coach better.
Yeah, doing that.
All right. Well, on this show, we try to cut out the BS. The typical thing that every show starts with: how are you? How is your children? How of your husband? How is your work? All of that. If they are not fine, you won't be here. So let's go to the show. Okay. Right now. Okay. Today we are going to be covering the two areas that seem to dominate your effort and thinking these days. Of course, consumer affairs, and that is like breathing to you. So we're going to do that, and we're also going to talk about your experience as a student in this program that is going on right now called the Fish for Life Initiative. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to start with the Fish for Life program because that is what is dearest to my own heart now. Then we're going to come back to what is dearest to your own heart. Is that sound fair, or do we start with you first?
It's your show. You dictate what it goes.
It's okay, and you know I like to dictate when I'm the one in charge, right?
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, but we can start with consumer. But let's start with the Fish for Life, and then we're going to come to the No, let's do the consumer one first because I think that's what they know you for. Let's go from there. I can't make up my mind. You are confusing me. When you come on my show, like when I have big girl like you in my show, I'm confused.
Which one to do?
Let me ask my people. Okay, let's start with the Fish for Life because that is really what we say we're going to do. Before you accuse me of switching the thing on you now. All right. The first question I really want to ask you as we get into this, Shola, is it's a fact of life that many people believe that online business programs, or at least most of them, are just scams to make more money off desperate individuals. And so for somebody like you, especially who is in the consumer service industry, when they get scammed, we are one of the first places they run to. So you must have your own healthy share of skepticism about programs like this. So my question is, how did you overcome your own skepticism that made you then join this program, which I've been very active on and very, very productive in?
Okay, well, I think for me, being your personal friend helped me over a whole lot of that. I've known you for more than a decade now, and seeing your commitment to this thing, I've seen how tenacious you have been at it, and I've seen that you've made a success of it. So when the Fish for Life program came up, though it wasn't targeted at me, I was intrigued. I just felt I'm not someone who's looking for a job or who is unemployed, but I felt intrigued. I really wanted to know what this was all about. So I think the personal relationship with you, your own personal integrity, helped me to get over the initial skepticism of whether this is another one of the scams. And I'm happy I did, because I know this one is not a scam. I know the impact it has made. So
thank you so much. We're going to come back to that. And by the way, this program itself is 100% free. You can't scam people when you're not collecting money from them. But I appreciate that. But I also want to thank you publicly on air, to be honest with you. When I started this, as you rightly mentioned, the goal in my mind is for the unemployed and the underemployed youths. I never knew that I was a whole big market of elderly and seniors who not necessarily are not looking for what to eat, but who are very, very intrigued about this thing called digital business, either to do their business better or something they will do later in life when they get bored and all of that stuff. And you have helped me to see that need, which I didn't see before. And because of you, we started the seniors version, which I'm actually having more fun with than even the younger ones, because the seniors are much more matured. They do the assignments well. They work harder, knowing that nobody's going to give them everything for free. Even though it's announced as free, you still have to work on your own, even if you are not paying any money for it. So I want to thank you publicly for that, because sometimes we get these inspirations and then we don't credit. I have to give you the full credit for that, even though I'm doing most of the work now. Thank you so much for that, Shola. Okay. So, go ahead. Okay. So let's, now that you have been, because for those of you watching, we actually have like two streams right now. We have the one we call the executive session and we have the regular one. And it's been two different experiences because the needs are different. But I'm curious because you show up on all the trainings that we have. So your journey so far, where are you now in the program, and what progress will you say you have made since you started on a personal level in terms of you understanding how digital business without technical skills work? Go ahead.
Okay, well, I can't say that I'm a total novice to technology. I'm very intrigued by technology, so I play around a lot with it. But I know definitely that I have never been able to maximize any of the things. So I know a bit of it, and I do this and do that, but I never get around to saying I'm making definite progress. But since signing on for the Fish for Life program, it has totally changed. I have come to understand the purpose and the usefulness of the tools, the digital tools that have been introduced to us. I mean, I have ChatGPT. I even pay for the Pro ChatGPT
version.
Yes,
Wow.
I didn't know it could do all of the work that you showed us that it could do. And since you introduced me again to ChatGPT, ChatGPT has become like a lifeline.
Yes.
I'm so intrigued by the fact that all these things that I really would like to do, and I always feel, oh, I don't have the time. How will I sit down and put this together? It will take so long. I just need to get on ChatGPT and say, do this. And it brings out the profile and the frame so that it is a lot easier. Half of the work is done. So all I just need to do now is add my expertise and my experience and my words, and then the whole thing is here. So since we started, I've been able to write a book, even though you keep abusing my book, that is.
I'm not going to talk about that.
But I've been able to write a book. I'm very proud of myself. I've been able to publish it.
Yes.
I've been able to publish it. I mean, I was able to do the publishing myself on lulu.com. That's amazing. And
yes, go ahead. Keep going. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I've been able to do that. I've learned that you can actually run a blog, and you didn't have to be the one doing all the content like every day. Once you give ChatGPT an idea of what you want to write, it can help you draw up the content, and you can just fill up the gaps and make it yours. So all of that has been really, really enlightening for me. I feel very empowered. I feel like I can run a digital business. I mean, listening to you every day for the past almost like 2 months, I'm very sure that I can run a digital business. And I am not afraid of the digital space anymore. I used to be pretty terrified. But I'm not terrified. I'm actually intrigued. I now understand what some of those terms mean. I know what needs to be done to achieve what. And I'm starting to even be the one giving people guidance. No, you don't have to go this way, go this way. I mean, that's amazing because I don't consider myself a tech person. So that's my own personal progress so far.
Wow. I mean, to be honest with you, you know me, I'm very, very stingy with my praise, but you have absolutely blown me away. I'm not saying that to make you feel good. The truth is, I know you are good. I know you have been at some of these things before, but the level that you have grown in under 5 weeks has turned me, to be honest with you. I see you do a design with Canva, and I'm like, no, the design that even me, that is the coach, I cannot do because I'm too lazy. I'm looking for it. I wanted to show them that desire. I'm looking for it on my system, but I'm not smooth on this thing yet. She actually wrote a book on that thing she's talking about. I can't miss that opportunity. Shola talked about being introduced to ChatGPT. I have this book that's been out since I learned about it. It's called ChatGPT Business Goldmine. Because the way I always think, when something new comes out, how do you make money from that? How do you maximize it? So I wrote this book called 20 Profitable Businesses Anyone Can Start in 7 days or less using ChatGPT. I'm going to be launching it soon. I think me and Shola is going to be launching our books together. Because Shola finally got
I'm not at par with you now. I'm also, you know.
Yes, until we start counting.
No, we don't need to count. An entrepreneur is an entrepreneur. Whether you have 500 books and I have two.
So, but seriously, I've been very impressed. Shola's book has now been published, and she's going to be launching it officially in the next few weeks. But for me, that just seeing that happen with somebody like you, knowing that I used to tease you, that because you give so much value out there, but because there's this fear that has been there before that has not been taken away, so you are going to be so unstoppable as you begin to roll into this, and you're already doing that. So yes, I wanted to list 3 things because I always ask everybody comes there on that program, what are the 3 things? You already probably mentioned a few, but I wanted to articulate it better. 3 things you didn't know or couldn't do before you joined Fish for Life that you have not learned or can do, despite the fact that you have been, even someone like you has even been tinkering with digital stuff for years. Go for it, man.
Number 1, I never knew that ChatGPT could write me outline for books. Never thought of it. And so now I can do that. And that has been very liberating for me. That's number 1. Number 2, I didn't know anything about being able to publish, self-publishing. Never thought of it. I actually practiced it and I did self-publish on lulu.com. I can't get over that.
Boom. I can't do it.
I published on lulu.com and it has been distributed to all these other 40,000 whatever. I mean, that blows me away.
50,000.
That blows me away. Then 3, I didn't know that, you could turn your book to audiobook without even lifting a finger. Once the book is published, if you know what to do, you can turn it into an audiobook. I learned that straight here. And those three were very liberating for me. There's so many more. Yes. But I mean, Canva, I've had Canva on my phone for like 2 years. I didn't know what it was used for. I even pay for the professional whatever. Once in a while, I'm seeing it. But now I sat with Canva and I produced this booklet on consumer 21 things every consumer needs to know.
I'm looking for that
video and everything. I can send it to you.
Please send it to me. I need to show it to them for them to see what I'm talking about.
Okay. Actually, let me send it to you again. Have you seen it?
Now. Okay, which of the charts? No, we have too many going on.
Can I send it to you personally?
Yeah, send it to me personally on our chat on WhatsApp.
On WhatsApp. Okay.
On WhatsApp. Let me pull it from there. It's amazing. I saw that and you didn't use a graphic designer. I told myself that we're about to lose our job. This one is job. This one that Sola is doing this design
by myself.
Now you have challenged me. Me that I'm supposed to be coach. Now talk and they talk. Sola is killing you. Okay, I've seen it.
Yeah. So all that aside things I've learned a lot about exactly the calendar thing. That one blew me away. The fact that I can actually schedule blogs and all of those things and do them as I went due. Yeah, that's it.
That's it, guys. This is something that where is it now? Present. I think I'm getting it. Yeah. Don't worry, I'm also figuring this one out. Where is it now? Abba, come on, don't do me like that. Okay, present, share screen. Aha. See, I'm a good learner myself. Here you go. All right, guys. See, this is what Shola did by herself. I saw this last week and I was like, oh my God. Even my graphic designer that I've been paying for years and I'm paying does not do it. I'm not saying it to make you feel good. She doesn't give me a check, a graphic check stuff that is good like this because it's very clear. You can read it. I place emphasis on being able to read what the thing is saying. Then the graphic is not overshadowing the information. It's very well professionally put together. That's a booklet that Sola did.
Pro. Yeah.
They need to give me an award.
Thanks to Fish for Life. I'm a pro.
Yes,
I mean, we put that together. And you know why it's even so exciting for me is that these are little bits of information that I have always wanted to be able to put out there for consumers to be able to have, little things that people overlook, but could also guide and help them. So finding that I can now do this with this tool, just like that. Oh my God, a whole lot is coming.
That's why I say you're going to be unstoppable. Gentlemen, you know that when they give me an opening like that, there's no way I'm going to miss that. Shall I just give me a great opening to promote my book? I'm going to be launching it maybe in the next 8 weeks as a case study for my students. And I just wanted to know a little bit about it. If you're trying to get it, let me know. I just might give it to you for free for a small favor. Go. All right, I said let me boast with my book first. Before Sola go pass me now.
I've experienced a bit of what is in the book. I can't wait to see the rest. You only showed us 5, so
exactly.
The rest, I think it's 20 more.
Yeah, 20
more.
20 of them. So it's amazing. It's an amazing book. I've got when I first launched it, introduced it on Clubhouse. We sold like about 300 of it the first 1 week. It's a great book, and I'm getting lots of testimonials. But I'm glad that you are now in the game. Now let's go a little bit. Now there's a lot I know in the Fish for Life program to like. You already said that, but I like to because I'm doing some survey of my students. Even as we have not even finished class, and boys and girls are already making things happen. We had a guest earlier who has actually started receiving check from Amazon. So what do you like the most about the Fish for Life digital empowerment program? Of all the different things that is there, what will you say is your number one feature that you like the most in the program?
I think the fact that it opens up a whole new world to me, a world I never knew existed. I've been living around it. I've been even in that space, and I have never known. It's almost like you get initiated into some secret club that has been going on, and everybody's been having all that fun, and you didn't know anything about it. So I think that's the greatest thing. It actually gives me this limitless understanding that so much can happen in this space, and it's like you can be busy for the rest of your life, and there will always be something to do. You are never tired or short of what you need to produce or to create and all of those things. I think that for me, and the fact that you can actually do those things that you didn't even know existed, and somehow little money will come in from there without you even making any effort anymore. So the understanding of being able to have done the work and then put it out there and then market it, though you haven't taught us how to market it yet, but the fact that we know that we can market it and other people can actually see value in it and they can actually pay money for it, that is mind-blowing, that opportunity.
Well, week 4 out of week 12, you just mentioned the part I'm even the best at. You think I'm good now? When we come to how to find the money, that is where you're going to carry me and give me an award. But I appreciate the fact that you like getting, and I think for me, that's what gives me the most joy. Because I have some of those people in my class who are even bigger than me in their own industry, them seeing what they can do better for their life it just trumps me. I never thought in my wildest dreams to be able to teach a Shola anything. Because every time I go to a show, a consumer service thing, I feel like I don't know anything. Every time, but this one, at least I see her learning a little thing. It gives me.
I'm learning a lot, not a little. I'm learning.
Yes.
You are transforming all my learning space. I'm telling you. And it's giving, even the things that I do, it's giving it a new lease of life. It's like there's so much more, there's so many ways in which I can now help so many people. I don't know how important that is. That's very, very, very
Exactly. And it'll be my pleasure, like I've told you, for us to see how we can bring a lot of value into the consumer industry. Because you are a trailblazer. You've already been a trailblazer in waking everybody up about consumer rights. And so what if you can then take everybody, those who want to be like you, those who want to do what you are doing and transform them so that you create your own little Sholas everywhere so that this country will no longer be the same.
And you don't even know how important that is. You don't know. Because for a long time, because I was in the public space, I was always the voice. And then when I got appointed into a more formal government function where I couldn't talk much, okay, that space for the voice has kind of calmed down. A whole lot of people don't know who to go to and who to talk to. So this Fish for Life program has also shown me that I can actually create a course where I can train people about how they can be consumer advocates just like me, so that I can replicate more. I can't just be the only voice or a few voices of us speaking in the whole of Nigeria. Nigeria has 220 or so million people. We need more voices. So as I'm speaking to you now, I'm working on my course, a certification course.
So that
I love that. I can train interested people. They don't have to be jobless. In fact, because most of what we do is not even motivated. But a whole lot of people want to be able to speak up and be able to help other people and defend other people who are being exploited. So I can empower those people. And then we can create a community.
Movement, community, yes.
A community of empowered consumers who need to be able to speak up. So this program, as I told you, this program has blown consumer protection and rights and advocacy. It has blown it out of the water for me. That's
wow. Oh, I'm excited to be part of that journey, and I look forward to that program. I've also believed it also because a lot of people who want to be in your shoes, who want to do the kind of things you are doing, they're either not trained, they're not empowered, or they're being forced to do it as a side attraction that is costing them money and time. What if one can teach them how to do it professionally, certify them, and also show them how they can also make money as a business, because it's a business abroad.
Yeah. Actually, yes, that's part of what this is going to be. It would actually be able to show them where they can get the funds to be able to keep doing it. So people will yes. And they'll be making some money. At least they're not using their resources, as I was. You know, all my life, I used all my resources to get here. Now, I can teach them how to do it so that they don't have to use their own resources. They can actually get funding to be able to do what needs to be done. And they'll be helping people. So it's it's a sustainable project. It's like a social enterprise. You are doing something that's adding value to the society, and at the same time, you are doing well to be able to pay your bills.
100%. Well, I look forward to that. Well, Nigerians, Shola is coming, and she's coming very hard. And you are going to be seeing it. And of course, we at the Fish for Life program, we are going to be behind that 100%. This whole program is about creating a transformation in the country. That is why we didn't say, come and pay for it first. We say, let everybody come and learn. There's always level and level. If people understand, then they can free people in their own industry. So thank you for that. But we did promise on this show that we're going to bring you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And because I'm a man of my words, I'm going to have to go there. Even though I'm always scared to ask Shola this thing, because she's the ultimate consumer protection person in the world. But I have to, both for my own credibility, for my own growth, and I know she's going to be sincere. So Shola, here it comes. We've done the good. Now I want you to talk to me about the bad, which is, what did you like the least about the Fish for Life program? and how I'm talking first in your own personal experience, and how did you overcome that, just to help those who might be coming. Then we're going to talk about the program itself generally. So from the personal to the general, from your own point of view, what did you like the least of the program?
For me, I
Yes.
think that the pace was excruciating. And I think that's not just me alone, self. For a lot of us in the seniors back, the pace of the program was excruciating. Don't forget that we're older now. We learn a little slower. And before we are so into this particular topic, we've moved on to the next one, After some time, you just pack everything and say, stop. Let me go back and take it one by one. You find us all going back to try to catch up, and many times we seem to be asking the questions that you don't want us to ask, but it's because the pace has been. When you announced the 1 week holiday or 10 days holiday, oh my God, we thought we won the jackpot. Because a whole lot of us now have slowed our pace down, and we're achieving more. I see a whole lot of the bookpreneurs are publishing more books, and because let me tell you the truth, I've not told you this before. As I'm talking to you right now, I'm actually writing like 3 or 4 books simultaneously. Do you understand? But
I expected that.
The pace is making me difficult. It's difficult for me to get. I have like 4 books I'm writing. I'm doing my compendium of my articles. I used to write in this. I started consumer protection from writing in this day, running a column, handwriting on the wall. So I have collated all of my articles. And I'm planning to publish them.
Yes.
So because it's like a historic
material. And I will pay for the yourself. That one you need to do that. That is
so I'm working on that. I'm working on another one that's called Building Trust Between the Nigerian Banks and Their Customer, because I find that the trust gap there is one of the reasons why our financial sector is not doing so well. And a whole lot of the banks are not, they think they know what they're doing, but they're not listening. So being able to help them identify the things and the gaps and get them to start to do something so that they can provide good service to Nigerians. Nigerians want good service. A whole lot of our finances are running outside the formal market. They always say that money is in the formal market, it's not in the formal one. It's because Nigerians don't trust the banks. But if we can build that trust quotient, then a whole lot of the informal money that's running around will be in the economy, and then we can really do business the way we should. So I'm doing a book on that. I have a series on the Consumer Mama series. They are handbooks. I have like 20 of them on different sectors. Just a handbook for you on the various sectors. That is there. And then I'm doing another one. That one you don't know about at all. It's a glossary. I'm doing a glossary of consumer terms, consumer protection and consumer terms across the globe on these 5 continents, so that when you hold that book, and you see, you want to know everything you need to know about consumer protection, consumer rights, and not just that, even innovations and services that have been created to help it make it easier for you to enjoy life or enjoy transactions. There's so many innovations. Even I was blown away when I was putting that together. And I've already put it together. It's going to also include a list of our 10 landmark consumer cases across the globe, in each region. Landmark cases in Africa, landmark cases it's already done. I'm working on all of these books at the same time. So with the pace at which you were pushing us, there's no way I could meet up to the deadlines. So that's the part I found very difficult.
I thought it was an interesting question. We're going to discuss that a bit, because incidentally, I've interviewed 3 other students in the program. This is the same point everybody keep mentioning, which was strange. It's a good feedback, but I'll say to them what I said to all of us. Again, I'm not being defensive. I like to get this feedback, and you know me. But guess what I think? If somebody were to ask me, what is the strongest part of your program? This is what I'm going to put. This pace. And I'll tell you why.
Tell me why.
Because 95% Have you never thought of writing a book before, Shola? Before this
No.
formula?
Well, I have. I started,
Exactly.
in fact, this compendium, I've been working on it since 2010. I'm just telling you, so you know.
Exactly. That's what makes us special. It's that pace that make you make it happen. You don't understand. The lady that came before has been in construction industry for 30 years. She was a top, on the side, she was a top network marketer by her own admission. She wanted to write books for more than 10 years. She didn't even write one line. But when I squeezed, do you understand what I'm saying? When I squeezed that, that's squeezing. Now she has 8 books. Wait till let me finish. Now she has 8 books in 5 weeks. 8 on Amazon.
Wow.
She's one that has gotten a check from Amazon. Yes, it was a small check. She got a check for 17 pounds from her book that she published like 3 weeks ago. 8 books. Now, when she also was complaining about the pace, I said, why do you think you have succeeded? Because what happens, and this is important as a consumer service person, many of those who come to your desk and complain, oh, I was scammed by this, I was scammed by this. The truth of the matter is that 70% of them were not scammed. They didn't do what, it's like they buy a course. Somebody promised a course in his, the way we all oversell when we are doing our promotion, okay? That you are going to do this, but he put it in the course that is sold to you, that if you watch it and actually implement, you will get some results. You might not get as big as he's boasting, but you're going to get started. But what 90% do, because that's what most gurus do, they sell you the course and they're done with you. They do a seminar, workshop, they promote the course at the end of their webinar, and then you buy. Bye to them. Then what most people do is that they download the course, they never watch it, they never execute, or maybe they're trying to execute and they run into a little problem, they just walk away. So our own program was designed specifically to make sure you don't breed, that you are focused on making this happen. Because when people say we are tired, and you're going to see what will happen when we come back, people are not going to be as productive as they were when we left. Even me, I'm getting a little bit, I'm a 100 meters runner. Right now, I'm feeling slow down. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick up that energy again. So, forcing people to take action. See, just like you rightly said, there's nothing you have done now that was not in you last year, right? But because somebody is saying your assignment is due in 2 days, it biases you towards action because you don't want to embarrass yourself. You don't want to come and yell at you. And I know that's all that is missing for most people. Even my own staff, they all follow me to teach this stuff until I started squeezing them like chocolate now. They were not doing what they're supposed to do. So I hear you, but it's not going to get better. That part of the program is never going to change.
No, I think maybe you might need to do like carrot and stick kind of thing. Maybe you do the bass, you slow down the beat, you pick up the bass.
No. Let me now tell you the part of the problem. Yeah. Again, like I said, I consider it the strongest part of our program. If I take that away, we're not going to have the results. I know because I've been teaching this thing for 10 years. Okay. Why do you think I decided to do it? People buy my program, my Launchify 360 is $997, $1,000. I've had people buy it who don't even download. I have people download who want 2 or 3 videos, and then maybe later they'll be saying, my program don't work. Because that's how we think. Oh, I paid $1,000 for that guy. I'm still not able to launch my product. But I realize that what is missing is that intensive take action thing. Most people know what to do, but taking that action. Now, part of the problem is you guys, not me. Now, listen to, and I'm glad that it was you, Governor. I'm using it as target today, as my number target. In your response, by yourself, you have mentioned 5 other books you are working on simultaneously that I did not send you. What is the first thing I always say? Focus, consistency, follow the program. But guess what? 99%, and you are not exclusive. I myself, that I'm saying it, I also digress because I don't have a coach. You are lucky because you have a Rottweiler that is holding you. Me, I don't have one. So a lot of the stuff I'm supposed to get done on my own personal business, just like you, my brain is going in like 1 million direction. At the same time, I want to do this, I want to do that. So a lot of people who feel that the pace is too high, the problem is you are doing 5 things when I've only sent you to do 1 thing. All those books you counted, they're great, and we're going to do that. But if you listen to me in class, you are not supposed to even be thinking about them, much less do it. But can somebody stop anybody thinking, somebody like you that is asked too much upstairs? You are going to think. So really, the problem is you guys. So if they say do assignment, do 20 blocks a week, and you decided that in the process you also want to go write 20 books and publish one course, then you're coming back and telling teacher the pace is too serious. They are not serious.
The pace is much. Let's just agree. Let's just agree. So that's my own part of.
All right, we are not defensive. I hear you, and you are not alone. Almost everybody's been saying it, and I'm also telling you publicly now.
But I see your point.
It's not going to change. Okay, it's not going to change. So that is the number one success point for me. I've done it the other way. Trust me. Do you know that this my 13 weeks program before? It's only one thing we do. I might say let's take blogging, and they will meander through it. Give them time once a week. At the end of the day, they don't do the work. I've disappeared. Okay, but now I'm seeing 12-year-olds. I'm seeing 9-year-olds get it done. Yeah, they all hate me behind, but they're getting the job done. Who cares? But I hear you though, and I'm going to be thinking you are in the committee now.
You have a point. You have a point. That thing you said, you have a point. I'm just thinking that, yes, the pressure actually put us all under. Yes, and that's what makes other people move. Yeah.
I learned that at Anderson. By the way, I'm not an accountant. I wasn't an accountant when I joined them. I was just a lawyer. I was one of the 2 lawyers they just hired. Normally, they hire people who are in the accounting field. I just do enter the place. Then they send us to this thing called WABAC. It's like a 14-day program for you to be an accountant. 14 days. They put us in a co-hotel, and then they give you the manual. It's like it is like this. I'm talking about the old manual that somebody in university spent 4 years to learn accounting. They dump it on. I thought I was going to die after the 3rd day, but I succeeded. I survived because you have tests 3 times a week, and you have to pass, or they're going to expel you. Nobody wants to live at Anderson. I'm talking 1991. So by the time I finished the 14-day class, I could do balance sheet. I could do almost practically basic stuff that accountants can do. I ended up doing ICANN as a lawyer. If somebody were to tell me that I could do it, I'll say it's not possible. I'm telling this to those of you at home. This is a very important learning point. I watch a movie. I wish I thought about this. I'm going to download it for the next guy. I think I played it in class before. There was this coach, that when they were practicing, it was telling them they could do something, that they could get the ball to the end zone. But every time they practice and they spend like 1 hour, they're all tired. Then what he did was he tied their eyes and said they should keep going. So he kept calling the plays. By the time he opened the team from them, they were at the end zone, the other end, and they didn't believe their eyes. It proved the point that most of us can do a lot more than we think we can do. But when we're under pressure, is when it comes out. When it's not under pressure, it doesn't come out. You just keep giving yourself excuse, I have to attend another meeting. So for me, guys, even if you never join our program, is that pressure that will help you wherever you are doing now. Many of the stuff that is not allowing you at home to reach your potential is because you allow yourself breathing space. Breathing space hurts you. You are going to feel better. Me, that is how I'm going to do training every day. They don't even understand what I want to get back there. That's where I was in 2016, 2017, 2018, where I was doing more than $100,000 a month. And I'm not capping. Why? Because I was bringing it every day. If you bring it every day, the money will come now. But I got lazy. I started to follow Sola them to do Buhari and do all this stuff. I got lazy. Now I'm looking for a coach to put pressure on me. The man is telling me 50,000. Just for him to pressure me, he wants to collect 50,000 from me. He's not teaching me anything, but just to hold me to a grueling plan. So, but I hear you, Sola. Good one. Now, let's go to the ugly. Now, this part, what will you consider? Where is that question? You have to go on the screen. If you don't have anything ugly to say, it's okay. We've had some who don't even have, but I will put that question up there just in case you have. Where is that one? Okay, we have not. We've talked about you. Let's still talk about on these challenges. What did you like the least about from an experienced program runner yourself point of view? Other than what you have just mentioned for yourself, if it's the same thing, then we'll just move on. Is there anything that you don't like about the program? It may not be a problem for you personally, but that you think might have been a major problem for most who are on the program, so that we can improve on that. Let's go.
I don't think there's any part of it that is not useful. And apart from the pressure, once you remove the pressure, which you have made a case for, you have made a case for it, and I can hear that, I can see that. But apart from that, I think it's a well-packaged program. I think it's detailed enough. It's very rudimental the way you have put it together. It's like I said to you, it's very granular. You taking it step by step by step by step by step. So it's a lot easier if somebody sits down and follows those videos. You can actually practice and make it happen. I like the practice part. The fact that you insist that as soon as we learn it, we practice it. Because once you have learned it and you practiced it, you will not forget. You will
Exactly.
So I think it's well put together.
All right, we take 2 more questions and then switch over to consumer stuff. Now, what would be your advice to newcomers as somebody who's experienced? I know we have not concluded the program. The way we are talking, some of you at home might think we already finished the program. Shola is already a superstar. She's a third of the way. I've not even hit her with product launch yet. I've not hit her with webinars, and she's already killing it. So, what do you think is your advice to new customers or newcomers rather? What advice do you give them?
You know, I came in almost like a novice. Yeah. And the greatest challenge that I had was dealing with the technical part. It's not like it's technical, but following the steps to achieve those things, like maybe publish your book. One of the areas that we all had a problem with was formatting. It took us a long time trying to understand how to format a book. I'm still struggling with some of it. So I would advise anybody who's joining now, I would speak for the seniors. Okay. I would advise anybody who's joining now, it's either you have some basic understanding of this technology will make it a lot easier for you, or if you don't, hire somebody who is technical enough to help you pass those points. Because I find out that we spend hours and hours just trying to publish our book from one point to the other. And that time I could have spent creating more books, but I'm sitting there trying to format, turn it this way. We say no. It was, in fact, that one it frustrated me the other day. I just sent it.
So now imagine somebody trying to tell you to go and learn code. See, when I even hear that word in my show, I want to die. Exactly. Which is what Dr. Tijani is doing. Okay? Now this formatting part, I know it's a challenge for everybody. That means it's the way we taught it. I think the next time I'm going to teach it myself. I don't think my guys got it. They made it too complicated. Everybody uses word. They need to go for it. But I hear you, okay? For those who might be seniors, and I even encourage them so that you don't get bogged down by the little stuff that you have to learn.
Learn it, but you don't need to waste a lot of time on it. Let somebody who is faster on it get it done for you so you can achieve more. That's what I would
suggest. Yeah, because Stella, the lady that came earlier, Ojogbo, actually published her own blog. Is more beautiful than I could ever do it. And she's never done anything like that before. I'm going to show you so that you can see that you are slacking. Let me show you this lady's blog. Yes,
I'm not done my blog yet.
Look at it. She created this WordPress blog herself.
Oh my God. Look at that.
Than my own. I'm not trying to praise her. I was stunned. She said when she has some questions and she knows that I'm going to harass her, if she comes to her, she went to learn by herself and do it. I told her, watch a 5-minute video, you're going to get this done. And she did. It's all in the mind. It's all in the mind. And that is why I've said, I laugh when I see what our government is trying to do. They are trying to train techpreneurs who will go and learn coding to come and become the next Zuckerberg. 90% of Nigerians who want to see, they can't do that. They don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Who wants to learn code? We are Python. People that can't format on Word.
No, we can't actually. Well, I guess maybe that program is not targeted at the majority of Nigerians. Maybe just targeted at the ones who are tech-oriented.
Yes.
But this we are doing would reach more people. A whole lot more people can participate in this one. Get it. Yeah. So there must be, you can't, one is not better than the other. They just have two different goals and two different endpoints. So
okay, but we need that one. But I know you are for the government, so let me speak my mind for a second.
No, it's not a function of being for the government. I'm just being objective. The bottom line is, yes, you need people who are coding. A lot of the young people are interested in that coding. You should give them. But a whole lot more Nigerians who are already in the marketplace and are not getting anything to keep them going can use these soft skills that you are putting out there to help them jumpstart something. If they now get so technically inclined, they want to now go to coding, they can go ahead. But they don't need to go to coding to be able to use the internet and use the resources to make some form of living. So I get the two sides.
Okay, both sides. I like it. That's why you're a good arbitrator. See, you can see both sides of it, and I cannot disagree with anything you have said. You have put it right. I'm just on the side. I'm from Fade. I'm on the side of the 40 million who just need a little thing that they can start to enjoy small, $500 a month, $200 a month, that they can use to survive, rather than focusing on those tech people that cost millions and a lot of time. But I hear you 100%. We have to balance it to have a balance. Don't you ever challenge my father pedigree. Don't even go there. Let's go to the next question. I have 2 questions for you. 2 more, and we have to switch. Now, I want you to talk about the support system. How has the support system within the Fish for Life community help you in your journey of growing at your own level in the direction you want to go?
I think you have a fantastic team. Your team have been very patient. They have been very helpful.
They're not like me.
No. The part that I would is your. I need to come and train you on customer service. That one, you don't have it.
I don't have customers. I have proteges. I don't have customers.
You don't have customer service at all. So that's your. But sincerely, you have a fantastic team. They are very detailed. They are very helpful, and they actually are patient. I respect that patience. No matter how often we ask them the questions, they take time out to explain to us. But what has also happened is that there's also been a peer-to-peer support. For instance, on the seniors end, I have quite a lot of my classmates who signed up for the program. And when we started the thing and it was becoming too much while, we went and started our own group.
Our rebels, but it's good.
We started our own group of them, and it has been so helpful. Because if I get stuck somewhere and I post it there, somebody who has done it will show me what to do, and that has helped us move, forward faster. So the support system has been good. The team have been really helpful. Let me commend them. They've been really, really. I know it's excruciating work for them. It's obvious that it's excruciating work for them, but they have not complained. They have not, and then even sometimes when you are snapping at them, they still are nice. I can't work for you. I would have resigned right on the screen.
Lie, not training, because they are go-getters. They know that when we are working.
No, they are fantastic. We respect all of us. Respect them. We all have that level of respect for them. They've been really good, and they are so well known. They know what they're doing. They know this thing. They're so good at it. Yeah,
they better. Yeah. I'm looking at one
of them. So support system has been fantastic.
Yes, and they've been with me for years. Bayer has been with me, I don't know, 12, 15, 20 years maybe. So these are, and I want to appreciate you for appreciating them. So before they say, coach is always harassing us. So you guys are doing great. So Shola said so. So maybe
you are doing fantastic. Don't listen to Coach Ope. You are doing fantastic.
They know I love them now. They know I love them, even if they don't know. All right, last question here. Last question here. That one has got to be about me now. Okay, how will you rate me as your coach, and what aspect of my coaching have been most beneficial to you in your journey? This is now your endorsement for me. Go for it.
Your harassment. Your harassment. That harassment is what has made me resolve that I will make sure that I learn this thing. And once I have learned it, I will now show you, Pepe. That's what has motivated me. Sincerely, you are a fantastic coach. You are detailed, you are hands-on, you are present, and you're hard. That hardness, even though most of us don't like it, some people take offense. I mean, many times I want to take offense, but I remind myself, no, I need to learn this thing. So
exactly.
I will beg him. I need to learn this. But believe me, I don't know if I had a different kind of coach, if I would be this committed and this, because me, it doesn't take long for things to tire me. I would have moved on. But when I think of the fact that I've set you up on this thing, and I don't know how to come back to tell you that I'm not doing it again, I get up and do it. So I think you are
here together.
Believe me, I think you're a fantastic coach. I think you are worth every penny that you demand for on the coach thing. You help to force us to bring the best out of who we are. And I would wish that you were a bit more patient.
I'll try.
And you will mind your language.
I'll try.
Those two, I think, would really help. But being insistent, and then the repetition, that consistently repeating and repeating, it starts sinking in somebody's head. Though the length of time is always stressful for a lot of people. They can't stay on for 3 hours, for 4 hours, and all that. But I find that the repetition. I mean, you have said some things to me severally. Now I'm starting to believe it. These are things that I didn't think I don't think like that. You understand? For instance, I do a whole lot of things. It's people who tell me, Ashola, you have done this, you have done this, you have done this. I don't remember. I don't tell myself that I've done it. I don't see myself ahead. So listening to you say those things is starting to sink in that, hey, I'm really the consumer mama.
You're the mama. Yeah, you're the mommy. Yeah.
You know, that I am. I mean, I have, but I didn't believe that. It didn't hit me.
It has to hit you.
So yeah. I'm kind of bashful on it, but I realized that being bashful is not helping anybody, because I have locked this thing down on my belt. I need to be able to how do you call it? Leverage it to make more difference and to help other people. These things that I have learned, I need to now help more people to also learn it. But if I don't believe in myself that I have this capacity, how will I be able to guide people? So you are a fantastic coach. I would pay you the $10,000 if I had it.
100%. Your will go be
I would pay
eventually.
For the work, for your time, for your zeal, for your commitment, that you are committed to each person and you follow through on that person and you take time. I mean, see the day you sat with the team and you started helping them think through their niche and their whatever, it really helped. It helped a lot. A friend of mine told me I didn't need to ask him any question because by the time he explained 1, 2, 3, I knew what I needed to do. So that personal touch, that availability, that decision to say you are going to drill down and I'm going to stay on your neck until you do so, I think that's one of the best qualities you have as a coach. So you're a great coach. I score you an A++.
Hey, Sola is rating me now, baby.
I rate you. I'm not kidding. I rate you. I respect this professional part of you. I mean, we are friends, but this professional part of you, I respect it. I totally respect it, and I value it.
Yeah, that means a lot to me because I know you are very frank. You are one of the few friends I have for that very reason. You are very frank. You say the way it is. Bagata will fight, and then we'll make up later.
We'll fight.
I love that. I love that. I don't like bullshit. Yeah. So thank you so much for sharing that with me. I feel touched by that. All right, guys, you have heard that. Now let's go into Shola's forte. We've just talked about the Fish for Life program, which is my own. It started out as a vision for me to give back during my 60th birthday because I didn't believe in doing party. Me and my wife, we had a quarrel over it. She had gone to pay $5,000 to rent a hall that they're going to do party for me. I think that's what triggered me when she told me how much she paid for a hall. I'm like, you're going to pay $5,000 for a place. I'm going to do party. And then you're going to call all these my friends from abroad, from everywhere. They're going to spend thousands of dollars just to come and eat with me. Why don't we carry all this money? We calculated the whole thing. I came out to like the money we will have spent, maybe something thousand doing this, doing that. I said, let's make it 100. Let's use that to be a blessing to Nigerians. And that's where it all started. And we started with 60 for 60. We calculated how much will it cost to give everybody a laptop, give them softwares, give them tips, out-of-pocket money when they do internship, which is going to be starting another 2 months. By the time we did all the budget, or I did all the budget, it came to something thousand. I said, let's make it 100. And my wife got upset, and she's fine with it now, but she never got to be part of it. She said, I'm not doing. So, but when we got started, I myself now saw what I've just done. I saw that this is really something to spend my time on. Yeah, I may not be able to give laptops anymore. I'm not going to give laptops again. Why? Because you don't need a laptop. I don't want people getting sidetracked into what is not important. So that other companies, other individuals who may be thinking about doing something like this, do not get put away by the big money, with the big money. So, and we decided that we're going to increase it. Now we started with 1,300 people who came to the boot camps, and then we selected 200 from there, then added another 150. So we are about 350 to 500 people in the program now. And I just get blessed every morning when I see somebody say, oh, I've done this now. Even somebody that finally say, I opened a blog, even if there's nothing there, she will tell, I had someone say, I've been trying to do this for 8 years. Or I've tried, because Nigerians are they are resourceful.
Very resourceful.
Shola is a good example. I'm not saying because you are here. Once you point them in the right direction, they go overdo for yourself. You yourself that you are teaching them, you go tired. And that is my own joy, to see that 9-year-old boy who published a first book on Amazon and Kindle, to see that 60-something-year-old person who's my colleague for years send me an inbox and just pray for me. Somebody who's even level that I thought was higher than me, if I not thought was higher than mine, but said I've been trying to do this for years. I wanted to put my memoirs in a book, so that in case I die, that is what I learned in the court system. This person is a judge, okay, not just a regular person, praying for me that she finally was able to do it. That is the joy. And then lots of youths out there who now know what to do. It's not going to be in there. It's going to be in their hands. My own is to keep trumpeting this. So it's big, and hopefully we're going to start the next cohort right after we finish this one. We are learning a lot of stuff. We started out, it was going to be 1 year. Now we decided that 6 months is more than good enough. Then I probably might be tempted to reduce it to 4 weeks, depending, but from the complaint, I won't be able to reduce it because they are saying it's too fast already. And I really need to cover, because what we are trying to do here, Shola, and I'm sure you know that, and for those who are out there, what I'm trying to do with this Fish for Life thing is come and learn for 12 weeks how to become self-employed at no financial risk to you. If you come in, there is no money you are paying. It doesn't mean I don't want money. I'm not a socialist. I'm a capitalist. But for me, a lot of people have not tried it because they've had so much stories asking them to pay. They're skeptical, so they can't even focus. Now, okay, come. But if I'm going to do it for free like I'm doing, I'm still going to do it thoroughly. I don't want the way most people learn digital business. Oh, this one is one that is raining. Let's go buy crypto. And then tomorrow they say this. But learn a holistic business that you can grow. And that will take at least 3 months, even at my pace. It's only 1 month we have done. Oh, people at home, all these people are asking me, oh, it's only 1 month they've done.
See what we have learned now in 1 month.
Exactly. Yes. And then they need to learn funnels, because once you start to build your own funnels, it's over. Then you need to learn how to launch. So all those stuff are still coming, right? So for me, it's now a crusade. I told my law firm, I'm not coming for the next 1 year. Will leave me alone. Whatever people like, do. Just pay me whatever you want. My partner thought I was joking. I go there, I look at them. I'm having fun because 60 is when my life just started, in my own opinion. So thank you so much, Shola, for believing in the program and for also helping me to see more about it, so that when you see the Fish for Life for seniors coming out, I just signed a contract with somebody who wants to do Fish for Life for teens. She's in the teen area. I just said I'll help her develop. I'll develop the curriculum for her. I will give her the moral support and just empower her to go there. She's in the class right now. Now, when she's gone through it, then she can go empower the youth. I see my daughter that I used to think she's tough, Harmony. She just published her second book. I showed her the testimonial video of a 9-year-old and she went crazy. That, what do you mean, Daddy? I can do better than this. I said, man, you're talking, this guy is killing it for you. 4 books, and you have 2, and nobody will rest in this Banwo family. You need to go and sit down somewhere. 9 years, 12 years. So thank you guys so much, every one of you who have been part of this, my team especially. I know I don't sound like I appreciate you guys, even though I appreciate you in the bank, but still that niceness is also necessary. Thank you, Olufunke. Thank you, Bayo, Eric, Bishop, and every one of you. You know that when I yell, it's not that I'm a bad guy.
King Glue.
Yeah, King Glue. Yeah.
How is he
Yeah,
now?
yes, he's getting better. I had he did his operation yesterday. I sent Bayo and Co to his house to go and see him. He was in the hospital. He just did an operation. So, but thank God he was successful. Yes. They went to see him yesterday in the hospital and he's doing well. So thank you so much. All right, let's do a segue here. Okay. Because I cannot have somebody of Sola Salako Ajulo on my show and then she will escape without us exploring what made her a legend. She's still going to be a legend in digital area of it, but she's already a legend in the offline part of this. And if they say she was on my show, there's no way she's escaping without talking about consumer advocacy. And I want to go to that second stanza here in a minute as we let the commercial people give us a commercial break.
Breaking news with Paul Toole.
Good evening, I'm Paul Toole, and this is the top of the hour update on News 24. Our breaking news tonight is about a game-changing new book on the ChatGPT AI-powered chatbot that's taking the world by storm. The book is titled ChatGPT Business Goldmines, authored by Dr Ope Banwo, a renowned business attorney, techpreneur and expert on monetization of AI tools and the internet for business. ChatGPT Business Goldmines is a comprehensive guide that unveils 20 profitable businesses anyone can start in a matter of days, using ChatGPT with zero experience and no upfront investment. Dr. Banwo's book is a roadmap for financial freedom, navigating the reader through a variety of easy-to-start AI-powered businesses, from commercial book writing, copywriting services to automated customer service, language translation, and even coding. This revolutionary book is a breakthrough in the business world, offering a step-by-step deep dive into how ChatGPT and other AI tools are creating new opportunities for financial success. Experts in digital business are calling ChatGPT Business Goldmines a must-read for anyone looking to step into the future of business today. Stay tuned as we bring you more updates on this groundbreaking book.
Boom! What do you think of that, Shola? I know something that's something occurred to me. Yes, thank you. We're going to be doing something like that for you because you are a boss in this game. We have to roll you out like a boss. But something came to me, and remind me for us to talk about that off chat, because you should actually lead that industry. It's part of what I was saying. The ultimate is for you to have a software at the back end. Okay, one of the stuff that is occurring to me, the freelancing part of the whole package that we're putting together for you. You should be able to put a team together to develop customer service bots for different companies in Nigeria. That would be a great service. There are tools now that you can actually go into, say, like a place like MTN. They get all the information and they're able to create a bot that will service them internally and externally. They have all these bot agents when we get there. Now, I just said, note it.
All of them have things like that. It's just that they are not sensitive to the market that they are serving. So you start chatting with the bot, and then right in the middle of
I'm not talking that.
Bot a question.
No, I'm not talking that. Again, you don't know what I'm. Okay, that's why I said don't worry. No, that's not what I'm not talking about. The bot that is on their site that you're chatting with. No,
anything that has to do with making customer service better.
Yes.
I would always be there. So,
all right. Okay, that's a great
talk about it. Thank you.
We'll talk about it. So here is a segue into the customer advocacy team. In fact, I knew you as that. You've been doing this for years. I've been to your programs. I've been to your events. I know that this is not something you are doing for the money of it. You are doing because you actually believed in this. And I want to thank God for how far God is taking you on that, but it's still going to take you far in this. So I want to talk to you about you a little bit on that. So your journey into consumer advocacy, what initially sparked your passion for consumer rights and protection? And how did your early experiences shape your career in the field? It's a compound question. Take it anywhere you want.
Initially sparked your passion for consumer protection. How did your early experiences? Okay. Well, I've told this story separately every time anybody asks me. I stumbled onto consumer protection. My profession is marketing communications. I'm an advertising practitioner. I'm a member of the Advertising Practitioner Council of Nigeria. I started my career in advertising. And of course, when you do advertising in those days, this now that they fragmented it, in those days, the advertising agency is a one-stop shop for everything marketing. So we deal with from packaging to content. When they give us content, how do we label it? How do we do this? And all that. So it was an introduction into the whole process of products and service. How does it start and how does it end? And so being in that system, I understood that there were so many things that we did that were not outlawed by any law, that was not against any law, but that were targeted at taking advantage of unsuspecting customers because you want to attract them to your product or service. So there are many times when you may find maybe a small defect about the product or the service, but we will hide that. We will not put that out in the air. We will just package this very attractive advertising thing and and we'll sell it to people. And a whole lot of people would buy it. Thank God none of those things was life-threatening as far as the one I worked on. But I saw the ones that were being done that was life-threatening. So from my background, my professional background, I was exposed to a whole lot of brands and products and services and how they're packaged and what goes into it and how they're marketed and all that. And I saw that there was some exploitation going on in that market, in that environment. But there were no set rules or set laws in Nigeria as at the early 90s to stop those things. So I took an interest. When I left, I started working for myself. I actually left, I didn't paid employment. I started working for myself. And so when I started working for myself, I started looking for ways in which I can enlighten people to let them know you need to have this understanding about certain things so that when you're going to buy, you can protect yourself and all that. And that's how I started. And I got the opportunity. My friend, Kule Hamilton, was editor of a new pullout in this day then. It was called Glitterati. And he asked me to write for him because I normally would write articles once in a while. So he told me, why don't I retain a column? And I said, fine, I would. So I started handwriting on the wall. It was just supposed to be my platform to vent. I mean, a whole lot was happening in Nigeria at that time. We were changing from, military rule to civilian rule and all that. Oh, drama, there was too much drama in Nigeria. So it was just an opportunity for me to comment on the drama. I'm a public commentator. That's my role. So I normally would just comment, vent and walk away. But this particular day, I needed to buy, they just realized telecoms in Nigeria. Before it was only Nitel. Everybody was Nitel. And then President Obasanjo's administration liberalized it and they brought in 3 other service providers on CDMA, Intercellular, Multilinks, and Starcoms. Those were the 3. So we were running a small office for Nadeni Jones, and we wanted the telephone. We had Nitel phone, but now that we had these newer ones, we thought better service. So we thought, okay, let's get one line, alternate to Nitel. And all of them used to advertise. You know, they were all advertising in the newspaper, buy us, buy us. So we brought the newspaper and we decided to call each one to ask them what their service offerings were so that we could compare prices, compare offers, and then pick the best one. The first one we called, the lady didn't even know what they were selling about the product. The second one that we called was pretty rude. It was like we were disturbing her. That's their assistant. Then the third one actually banged the phone on us. Unfortunately for all of them, my article for that week was due. So I just wrote about the fact that these people should understand that this is people's hard-earned money that they are going to be using to purchase them. And they should treat us better than this. I mean, if I'm going to be paying you all this money to buy your product or service, I should at least get something from you. So I wrote about the experience, and true to my type, I called all of them by name, each one, what happened with each call, and all that. And I published it. I just thought I was venting, and I let it go. Only for me to realize that by the end of the day, my email box was full. Parents were just sending me, Shola, thank you for mentioning that. See what happened to me at this brand. Thank you for mentioning. See what this person did to me. I mean, everybody had been looking for where to complain or to vent, and they didn't have. They just been enduring this poor service culture and bad customer, no means of protection. So I know I said everybody's been looking for. Anyway, I carried on their whatever. The next week, I just published everybody's complaint.
So you basically invented violence in the game. Violence.
That's not what you call it now. So that's what opened the floodgates. If it opened the floodgates, it never stopped, because as we published, other people came up with this, and then people started complaining to me, and then I started going to investigate. I started going to help resolve. So I took it upon myself. I became a crusader. That's how I got this consumer protection.
Well, it's a good thing.
I harassed the government for so long, because every little thing that happened to me then or happened to anybody, I would say
the people have to put you in the government now. When do you see that
I thought that the president was not doing his job. If he was doing his job, he would make sure that I'm not being done like this. And believe me, it was with our crusade, sometime into our crusade, that they came up with Servicom. That the governor, the president launched Servicom. They called me. I reviewed it for them, thought what was good and what was not so good. I made my own observation and shared it with them and all.
How they drop paper? How they drop paper?
No,
when they
not
drop
a dime. I don't collect money from them. I'm just interested in them getting the job done. Let them do what needs to be done. So that's how we started. And it has grown and into leaps and bounds. We birthed the CAFON, Consumer Advocacy Foundation of Nigeria, in 2004. I held the very first consumer awards in Nigeria. It was called Consumer Sensitivity Awards. We did that in 2004, I think. Yes, it was in 2004. We did one. And all of the brands that won, that was the one that tripped me. I didn't think they took it seriously. But because we told people to vote, and they voted, and they said, oh, okay, we vote this bank as the best consumer sensitive bank. And we gave them the award. The next morning, in all the newspaper,
everywhere.
They took out the full advert to say the consumers were the best. I'm like, so they think it's important. Why are they treating people anyhow? You know, so
we are going back to that.
That's how we started.
Consumer Mama Awards is coming. Consumer Mama Awards is coming. Loading.
But maybe I'll pick it up again.
Yeah, so no, not maybe. It's part. I already made a note. You see me writing. It's a very strong thing because, like they always say, remember the I don't know whether it's Maslow part of his book or whatever, about them picking about 10. They have in this factory, in a particular factory, they pick some workers, and they say they are going to be part of an experiment to see how people are working here. Just because they were being focused on, all of a sudden, their performance doubled without anybody telling them to do anything. So that your award, yeah, because it matters. You have to understand that your award, nobody wants to come last and somebody wants to win, especially if you are not compromising the integrity of it. You are letting the people vote, and we are even going to be letting them see the vote as it's coming. Trust me, that exercise alone will improve customer service in Nigeria by 50%. Watch it. Especially if the vote is public. They are seeing this thing move. Then at the end of the day, you are now announcing the person that, because people that voted, they are not going to say, now you rig or whatever is there. See, what would happen is, if you listed 20 of them, that person that is number 20, you're going to see what will happen in their company. They're going to fire people. They're going to retool their stuff. Just because you are doing what you think is not important. But for you, and now it's even much more impactful, you are the consumer service goddess in this Nigeria today. So if you are doing something like that, they'll be discussing it in the boardroom. I can guarantee you that. They'll be talking about it. And hey, say, you people, so it's a good thing for us to go back to, for you to go back to. Not only does it give you better opportunities to reinforce your brand, it also helps the consumer industry tremendously. And we'll talk about how that plays into your overall business later, because we won't talk about that one online. But seriously, it's a great, even me, as a way of encouraging people to succeed. I used to have the Fearless Netpreneur Awards, but I wasn't doing it. But now I understand the impact of those things. People tend, once you start focusing attention on them, to do better. And consumer service, we need that one desperately for everyone. So thank you for that. That gives me opportunity to talk about, by the way, your answer was 18 minutes. So,
wow. Really?
You know me, I can talk for a whole day. What I don't want you is to come tomorrow and say, Ope took too long on that show. You are the show. So, you see that I didn't interrupt you, but I've got to enjoy it.
You know, when you start talking consumer protection, you can't stop.
Exactly. No, it's fascinating. I want to learn your world more than even before. Yeah, I've been on your page. I've come to chat, and sometimes we fight on the page, but I've never really sat down and understand what you really do at the core level. So thank you for sharing that. So that gives me opportunity to talk about this thing called the No Banking Day, that led to the Lagos Consumer Forum and the No Banking Day. I know there was a lot of drama about it then. Can you share some of the story behind the Lagos Consumer Forum and the No Banking Day consumer boycott? I thought that was going to be a fascinating story. Talk to me about that.
That's been, it's almost 10 years now. That was about 2016.
How come we're not doing it again? We need another NEPA day.
Obviously, it looks like it's getting there now, because we had thought that having done that one in 2016 and banks kind of they adjusted a bit. But I guess, like you said, if you leave the space open for too long, once there's no pressure, everybody goes back to doing what they used to do. At the time when we were doing No Banking Day, in fact, I still saw a list of all the bank charges that used to be applied to our accounts. It was excruciating. For every text message they send you, they charge you 4 naira. They're still charging that till now. They used to charge us card maintenance fee, account maintenance fee, whatever fee. We just had this.
I've had a class action lawsuit on them on that matter, so I understand very well. I know I sued all of them.
It was so much. It was so much that, and we're talking to CBN. CBN wasn't making attention. Right now, though, CBN now has a consumer protection department. They didn't have that then. They have a consumer protection department. They actually have a consumer protection framework, but under which consumers have rights. And they normally will send the framework to us whenever they are adjusting it to say we should look at it and give them their input. They do that to a lot of other consumer-focused organizations. They send to us too. So, but at that time, there was no such thing. And we were just frustrated. I just thought, okay, look, listen, there are tools that you have in consumer protection. If you engage and you try advocacy and co, it doesn't work. Protest is one of the ways, boycotts is one of the ways that you can actually press in your needs. And so we started the campaign to say, why don't we declare a No Banking Day? And the logic was, these people are making so much money, so they don't understand that this is coming from us, and we are hurt and pained by this money that we're just being charged for things that we don't know. They just put illegal charges, any charge on your account, and a whole lot of Nigerians don't study their banking statements. So they just take money off their accounts anyhow. Anyway, the idea was, if we all boycott the banks for one day, that means they don't make any income. in one day. They would understand it will hit their bottom line. They will understand that customers are the reason why they're in business, and then they will pay attention to what we're saying. So we began this campaign. It was a whole lot of campaign, but because we were not so on ground, we didn't mobilize as well. If I do it now,
you bury everybody. You go bury them. So
if I do it today, they will feel the impact because I know what to do.
Wait, let me give you an idea as part of you, because you are going into the legacy phase of your life now, right? Whether money comes or doesn't come. Legacy phase, okay, I got this done because you have spent these years amassing this cloud. Let's use it for good. Here's an idea for you to think about as part of your Consumer Mama brand. You are going to have a customer boycott day, maybe once a year. Customers will vote. Which industry are we holding by the neck? Yeah. They will vote. Every year, you pick one. They vote so that they know that you are not coming for anybody. That this year, maybe you pick a day of the month, the consumer day or whatever, globally, that day.
We did that one on March 1st. March 1st, 2016.
So if you say it's March 1st.
And it's interesting. March is the global consumer month. It's a global consumer protection month.
That's perfect. So we are going to say you pick a day. That will be your day every year. That consumers are going to show their displeasure at an industry. Everyone help that industry. If not, then win the award. So how you go put the votes there? You go a very objective vote. Here are the different industries that we think we're having some challenges or whatever. List as many as possible so that they will not say you pick anybody. Then tell your followers to vote. It does several things. As the vote is even going on, people are already improving themselves. They don't want to be in that stuff. But at the end of the day, somebody must win. Okay? So when they win that thing, you will then really
it's already sounding interesting to me.
Yes. Then you then announce officially that Nigerian consumers have voted that for this Consumer Boycott Day 2025 is going to be whatever. You go down, name them. And then you plan proper mobilization. That's it. So you will find out.
Interesting to me. Because it would achieve more.
Yes, because we don't
impacting them. Once it impacts their bottom line, they will change. But because
100%.
they get away with it, they will keep making money. That's why they don't take consumers.
100%. So that way you are going to be empowering the Nigerian consumer.
That's a great one. Thank you for that idea.
Consumer Mama, Consumer Boycott Day. Yes. I hope I will not win that award. I think I'm going to do better customer service. Before they go and say, let us boycott Ope Banwo. But we are going to pick a big public industry, I think.
Oh, yeah. And there are quite a lot of them. Yes. Even if you just put it out and tell consumers to suggest, they will give you the long list.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Maybe the voting might be 1 week or 2 weeks or whatever, but they suggest the names to put on there. Then you put a proper poll out there. That's very easy to do with online stuff now. And then they're watching it through. Yes.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to do at that time. We had to do by email and by BlackBerry at that time and all that, So
and then you're also going to be
the tools are available now.
Yeah, I'll tell you the upside of that on the back end. But the point is, as the vote is going on, trust me, once it's getting close, you are getting those calls from the CEOs. people are starting to panic.
They don't need to call me. They just need to do the right thing by the people.
Exactly.
They don't need to call me. I can't influence the people. They don't need to call me. This is what I say to them all the time. You'll be saying, let's be nice to Sola. So I say, I'm not the only one who is buying your product or service.
Exactly.
Whatever you are doing for me, do it for the majority of people who buy from you. They are your customers. They are the reason why you are here. So
100%. And if they see that they are the one voting, they see that the customer voting, all of us will benefit because there's some people the way they deal with me in that Nigeria. Mr. Go vote that time. I already have my own candidates, but it's okay. I go vote my own. So at the end of the day, all of us win. The companies get better, consumers win, and then they know that consumers have power.
You see, this is the part of it that they don't pay attention to, Ope. The fact is that when the markets are safe, consumers spend money.
Yes, 100%.
When the markets are safe, consumers spend money. It's 100%. Because the markets are not safe. That's why people are holding on to more money. People are usually impulsive buyers. But when you have a market whereby if I touch your thing like this, my money touches your hand like this, I can never see it again. I would be able to put the money out there. But look at in America where you live.
Yes,
I know when I visit a shop anyhow, I'll just enter a shop, buy $200 thing that I don't need.
You don't like to return.
Yes, I get to return it. But guess what? I don't return all of it.
Exactly.
I don't return all of it.
They still make some money.
They still make money. So this is what we need to teach the Nigerian market. The understanding that all of us should work together to make a safe market. If the market is safe, people will spend the money. And when they spend the money, our economy will improve because production will increase because people are now spending. But we don't see it like that. Everybody is trying to do all kinds of stuff when we really need to go to where the problem is. The problem is people don't trust the market. People are careful to spend their money. That's the reason. If we grow a market that is safe, that people know that I can go and buy, and I know I'm buying the quality thing, and I know I'm buying the right thing, and if I say I don't want it again, nobody is going to break my head over it. I will go back and return that one. But next time I will come back and buy 2 or buy 3 because I know I can always return it. You know, so
100%.
Things. It's a long way yet, but at least we should start.
Oh yes, we are going to get there. So for me, it's a great idea, and let's see that. So now I'm going to cut out some stuff here because we'll stay here forever. But I see a few questions I really need you to address here. I was going to talk about Last Copa. I was going to talk about the CAFON, but let me zero in on this. Okay, what are some of your biggest challenges? Okay, that you see in consumer protection in Nigeria today, and what solutions do you believe are most effective? Because I can promise you, this show, when we start rolling, some of the people that make decisions, because it's you talking this thing, consumer service, they're going to listen. So one of the ways you influence even policy is by you talking about some of your ideas, but even though you have access to most of them, but talk about it publicly. What are some of the challenges you see in consumer protection in Nigeria? Because you've been there, done that, you've been on all of this stuff, and what do you think, do you believe are the solutions that are most effective, even if they're not being implemented now? Go.
The very first problem that we have in consumer protection is lack of awareness. Majority of Nigerians do not know that they have rights. They do not understand those rights, and so they don't even ask for it. In fact, most Nigerians act as if the people who are selling, the sellers, the producers and the manufacturers, they are doing them a favor, which should be the other way around. So there's a very gross lack of awareness of the fact that as a consumer, who is a consumer? A consumer is the person who is the end user of a product. A consumer can be a customer, but a consumer may not be a customer. Let me give you that instance. If I buy baby food, I am the buyer, I'm the customer. The consumer is the baby. But if I buy regular food, I will buy the regular food. I'm both the customer and I'm both the consumer. As a customer and as a consumer, you have rights. And those rights are already enshrined in a law that's called the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Act of Nigeria 2018. But most Nigerians don't know that they have those rights. So they are consistently being exploited, and they are taken advantage of, and they act as victims and helpless. It is that helplessness that you see in a capitalist economy. People are predators. They are there to maximize profit. So when they see that you act like you're helpless and you are nobody is looking out for your interests. Everybody's looking out for their own interests. So you have to rise up and take your own responsibility and learn to understand what your rights are and to insist on it. So that is our biggest problem. Both the consumers don't know that they have rights. The retailers, those are the people who sell, also don't know that they have responsibilities and that they're held by law to do certain things, because the market is so massive and the regulators don't have enough in terms of manpower to be able to cover all those markets. So there are laws. The laws are only being implemented only on a small sector of the whole economy. Meanwhile, the bulk of the economy is lawless. When you go to the open markets, they do anything they like. There's a lot of price cartels going on in the open market That's the reason why food is expensive, because there's the cartel around tomato, around pepper, around, and their business is to say you cannot sell for less than this. You know, I was reading something just yesterday. During Salah, one ram was going for 350,000. The day after Salah, Salah was Saturday, it was Sunday. By Monday morning, that same ram was going for 120,000. What changed? I'm not kidding.
Wow.
What changed? That's 3 times. What changed?
Wow.
It's the cartel. The cartel will say, because there's a market coming here, so let's maximize our profit. And so they force somebody might have come there with that ram and want to sell his own at 150. But they will force him to say, no, you can't sell at 150, you must sell at 1. So all these things are what is distorting the Nigerian market. And there's not enough resources or commitment, even on government side, to enlighten and enforce those laws. So if you ask me what is the greatest challenge we have, is consumer awareness. I was talking on the radio show the other day, and they called me and said, what can we do? I said, look, if I can get all the radio stations in Nigeria to dedicate 15 minutes every morning, I will provide the content that they need to talk about. But 15 minutes every morning on every radio station, we have over 300 or 400 in Nigeria, in whatever language, for them to put out this information regularly every day and enlighten people that you have rights. If you go and buy this and this happens, this is what you should do. You should insist on this. If we do that for 1 year, the environment will change. So major, that's it. It's awareness.
And that thing that you're going to do for 15 minutes for 1 year, the environment will change. We need to have you a YouTube channel, Know Your Rights, where you do it every 15 minutes. You just give yourself an assignment. As the coach now, I just assigned you a job. I have 15 minutes a day. It will transform this Nigeria. But instead of just throwing it out there, you create a YouTube channel, and that's all you just do. Like you said, yes, the reach may not be the same as going to all the radio stations together initially, but after 1 year or two, that reach, because it's on YouTube, because people will sit there, and then YouTube pays you. Because at the end of the day, YouTube, you have to feed your family. You have to get, they'll pay you. They pay you for views when you get to a certain number. So you are helping people, and the people are not the one paying you. That's the best type of service, where you're providing service for the people, but you're also making money, but not from the people, because the YouTube is the one paying you from adverts that people run there. Because you just mentioned a very great idea that we sustain us, people like us who are consumers, so that we know where to go to just, that's all you just do. Know your rights, and today you pick a little area. Tomorrow, know your rights, you pick a little whatever and just talk. I think it will benefit humanity.
That would really help. It would really help. It would help.
I just noted that. I just noted that right now. That YouTube channel, that Know Your Rights channel, is going to be a winner for everybody, for the consumer, for even the companies, because they don't want you talking about this stuff. They're going to improve, right? Because it's going to be there. You are sharing it everywhere. Initially, we even put some advert money on it for many more people to see it. Over time, it will become a self-sustaining venture where people are going there and they're getting benefit.
Any tool that we can use to enlighten Nigerians and empower them to be able to, my first book I ever wrote on Fish for Life was about empowering Nigerians.
Yeah, exactly. I love that.
Guide to consumer protection. And I could write a more technical book and all that. But I wanted to write something that I can put in the hand of the average consumer. You can read it and it can have a sense of power to say, 100%. I know what I need to do in case this happens to me. That's
100%.
So that's what I would say. Consumer enlightenment is the major challenge that I have seen. And the solution, I've shared one of the solutions with you. Then being able to empower more Nigerians who can be voices for the oppressed. That's also a solution. Because if we have more voices speaking up for consumer rights in different sectors, in different niches, that would also help to create the awareness more. So those are the primary things I see. There are many other things, but those two would really help to make a difference.
100%. That leads me to In fact, you just set yourself up for my next question nicely. All right. Because we have a lot of aspiring advocates that want to be like you, that want to do, you have inspired a whole generation of people who want to do what you are doing or something similar. And even some that have not met you, but who are feeling that this Nigeria self, the way consumer service is being done, maybe they have exposure. People like me abroad, when I got to a filling station the other day, I felt like this should not be happening. I wanted to just carry something in my head and say, I want to go carry placard. There are many like that, but many don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. So what advice would you give to young professionals who are passionate about consumer advocacy and want to make a significant impact in this field? Because you are their mama now. What is the advice you will give them to at this point before we start coming to what solutions you are bringing? Go ahead.
Okay, well, the first thing I would say to anybody who wants to be a consumer advocate is passion. It requires passion. You need to be passionate about that thing, which, there are different aspects of consumer protection you can get into, but you need to be passionate enough to want to make a change. Because if you don't have the passion, the challenges you're going to face will humble you. It just has to be something that comes from within you so that you can sustain yourself doing it. Because this is a thankless job, by the way. It's just nowadays that I hear people say, oh, Shola, thank you so much for what you have been doing for Nigeria. When I started, people used to abuse me. What is your business? Why are you the only ones always looking for trouble? You are the, and all that. So, but it's thankless. You are also helping people, and when you say you're helping them, they will abuse you and say you didn't help me enough. They are not paying you to help them, but they know that they need help, and you are stepping up, and they feel you are not stepping up enough. So you have to deal with all of that. If you are not motivated by passion, it will be very difficult. Then two, one of the greatest challenges we have with advocacy in Nigeria is that people advocate for things that they know nothing about. I don't get it. You need to empower yourself with knowledge in that area so that when you are advocating, when you speak, because people will come with you with all kinds of things to challenge you. If you are not strong in your knowledge base, they would flatten you and then you look like an idiot. But I had to train myself on consumer protection. There was no school. I didn't go to any school. But now some schools are offering modules of consumer protection. Unilag has a consumer protection module in the mass comm department. They even send their students to come and do internship with me sometimes. In Suka, we have a professor of law, Professor Moye, who actually teaches a course in consumer protection. She's also an advocate like me, but she's a professor in Suka. She does that. But apart from that, there's nowhere people learn this consumer protection thing. And that has given me an idea since I got on Fish for Life, which is why I'm working on putting together some kind of certification, maybe a training, short training that people can go through that can prepare them for advocacy so that they know tools, they know what to hold, they know what to have, they know where to look for, and they won't go in blinded. Blindsided like me. I went in blind. There was no pathway. I had to create my own path.
Just do the Jagbo style.
I did the Jagbo style. They don't have to Jagbo anymore. The bow has been jagged for them. So I'm putting that together, a kind of consumer advocacy, well, not just consumer advocacy, any kind of advocacy, but mostly consumer advocacy, certification training that I would put together, and I'm hoping that they will be able to have that, and if they put themselves through it, they'll be prepared. They have the tools to be able to now go forward. But you must be knowledgeable in that area. If you don't know anything about what you want to advocate for, go and learn it. Thank God there's ChatGPT, there's all kinds of tools now. We didn't have those tools. I had to go read, I had to send myself on training. I went abroad many times to go and sit to learn about one thing about consumer protection or the other, so that I could advocate properly. I had to go into different jurisdictions to find out what are they doing in those places. How are they doing consumer protection that we're not doing it? I learned all of that because I was passionate enough and I invested my resources. Nobody was funding me. I was funding myself. I was doing my communications, which is my profession. I was doing my communications work, and then when I earn a little money, I will invest it in doing something for consumer protection. But now there are tools in which people can raise money to be able to do what they need to do, fund their campaigns and support and all of that. So those are two things I would say to them. Number one, be passionate. Number two, educate yourself about the area where you want to advocate. If you don't know anything about it, go and read. Go and gather information, because when you are going to start speaking up on behalf of those people, you must be speaking as an authority. You should not be just shouting emotionally, which is what happens with a lot of advocates that you see now. They're just making noise and shouting and whatever. No, that's not advocacy. Advocacy means that if I have to face the toughest opposition, I will stand on my point, and I would have a point that they will see that it stands. Do you understand? Because they know that I've thought it through. We need to do that. So those two things are key. But the rest is to be in my training package, so they can go and get that training when it's out. But those two are key. You must, one, be passionate, and two, you must be knowledgeable. Passion and knowledge, they're very, very important for you to be a successful advocate.
Yes, I think you just mentioned one of the most important contributions that you probably can make to a Nigerian consumer landscape by growing a whole team of people. The reason why the customer service in America has grown very well is because there's a lot of seasoned consumer advocates out there. Apart from the professionals like you, there's also lawyers that specialize in consumer advocate cases. So you should also involve a pathway for the lawyers.
We're talking about lawyers for about 5 or 6 years.
Hold on. You have talked your own for 20 minutes. Let me talk 2 minutes. Hold on right there.
I just wanted to add something to the lawyer.
I'm going to add. Let me do my own. Guys, I want to test something here. I didn't think of this before. But if this is something that might interest you, if you're out there, I wanted to send an email to Sola right now, if you're watching this, at consumermama3ng@gmail.com. I wish I have the direct consumermama.com email. If you have that, please post it for me.
Yes, I have it. Sola at consumermama.com.
Okay, fantastic. That's even better. Let me type it for them.
Consumermama.com, yeah.
Consumermama.com. All right, we're going to be coming back and we're going to have a whole full day on this thing. Yeah. I want you guys to send a message. Send message to Sola now. To Sola at this address on screen. If you are watching this, is consumermama Sola at consumermama.com. All right, let me put it up there. Not that. This one, yes. Yeah. Now, if you'll be interested in that kind of consumer advocacy certification course where she's going to teach and empower you about how to do this professionally and about how to be able to raise funds to do what you are doing. It's a passion thing for most of you, but how you can do this as a professional where you are providing service while at the same time are able to actually do this as a real business instead of you just doing what you feel like it. Send a message. We want to know how many people are interested in this before I will work with Sola to try to come up with a powerful certification course for you guys. Sola at consumermama.com. And then let's see how many messages. We can just send a very simple message. I'll be interested in this course. And then you can give whatever additional comments you want to make. Because I feel empowering our consumer advocates will by itself improve customer service in Nigeria. Because now there are professionals who are going to be helping those who have consumer problems to come. So those companies, by definition, once they start seeing that there are more professionals getting involved, their service will improve. It's what happened in America. I'm even surprised, Sola, that there is no, either you didn't have this before, somebody like you is really big out there, doesn't have a consumer advocate certification course where you can take people professionally through running this thing as a real business, either as an NGO business, a for-profit business, a passion business, it doesn't matter, professionally. So I'm so excited that you mentioned that, and hopefully I want to see how many more of us. At some point, as we talk off, I'm going to have you poll your people on your social media page for want to know how many people will be interested in this, so that we want to know if this is something the Nigerian market once I believe it, I want it. I may even come to that course myself. I want to know how to chase some of these guys. I don't vex. All right. So now you can add what you wanted to add. I didn't want to forget. That's why I stopped.
Okay, I wanted to, when you said that we should do something about the lawyers, I wanted to tell you that since like I think maybe for the past 5 or 7 years now, I've been invited to the Nigerian Bar Association conference.
Okay.
2 or 3 times yearly at the annual conference to come and talk on the section on business law, to come and talk to them about consumer protection, to help them see the pathway that it is a line of law practice that they could get involved in. In fact, at the beginning of this year, in January, I spoke at the Nigerian Bar Association MBA Ikeja branch. I went to enlighten them. Yes, so I'm doing a whole lot of that because I realize that they are a good pool of where to find, where to find people who will be interested, because consumer protection is both legal and economics. It's not just law. It's law and economics. There's a part of it that is law, and there's part of that is economics. The economics is what determines what is consumer protection. The law is what determines the guideline as to how it can be implemented. So lawyers are really a good pool. It's a good place to grow a lot of advocates, because they know what the law says and they know how to follow the law to the end. But they also need to have the economics part of it, because economics is what determines how pricing can be done in the market. Law doesn't determine that. Economics is what determines when you are being unfair in your business practice. Is not law that determines that. Law just stipulates what the regulations should be, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, and if you do it, what are the consequences. So I've been doing a whole lot of work, and I've been doing more in enlightening, especially the legal profession, on how to do this consumer protection well. But you don't have to be a lawyer to be a consumer. I'm not a lawyer, and I'm a consumer protection.
But you know law past me. When it comes to
I am sitting on a tribunal today as a consumer protection advocate, but I am not a lawyer, but I'm an expert in consumer protection. So that's what qualifies me to sit there. So let people who are not lawyers not feel, I can't do it because I'm not a lawyer. No, you can do it, whatever your background. You just need to be interested to learn about it. That's all.
Yeah, I think we're actually going to come back. This one fascinates me. We are unfortunately out of time. We are going to come back and have a whole session just talking about this proposed course, because I want to know more about it. I know a lot of people want to know more about it, because for me, even it's not everything. Yeah, lawyers are, of course, are big into this. They should be big. It's a big money for us. We are looking for that. We don't even charge in America. They don't even charge you any money. Once you have anybody,
because once they make money, we're not yet at that point in Nigeria, but it's still a place by which they can make money.
Now, let me finish for a second. That's what I'm saying. That Nigerian needs this more than even America, in the sense that Americans, if your rights have been violated as a consumer, lawyers are practically begging you to give them the case. They don't charge for that, because they're going to collect 30 or 40% of whatever they recover.
Whatever they get,
and they will never let go, because they don't make money if they don't collect money from those people. So you will be in your house and be waiting for check. My law firm does it. But in Nigeria, because of our slow legal system, because of the fact that a lot of people don't have the money to go get lawyers, and lawyers are not yet used to that idea of what they call you get paid when you win.
No fees.
No fee, because of the length of our legal system. All the more reason why trained and certified consumer advocates are more critical, because they won't go to court. That's the key. No. But there'll be a process to follow, and even the companies will feel better. The case will end faster. Is basically making sure, and then of course, this is a no-brainer. So I'm not going to say it's something you should do. A consumer bureau, you say you own that. Is your own. If you don't do that, I will also myself. So because the bureau, I'm making a case here. Hold on a second. Because if you don't have the bureau, where now the bureau is now giving both companies, the consumer bureau, the companies, and those who have complaints, to come in America. That's what we do now. They call it
That's the better business role you are talking about.
Yes, that's what